Thank you so much. It's so good to be here once again. Thanks for inviting me, David. Targeting trends with elite scanning tools without risking your capital. That's what I'm going to talk about today. This is a tech event, so I'm going to share with you the latest in technology that we've used to develop our scanning tools. And I hope you find it very interesting. I think it's very exciting. So I received this email yesterday that I wanted to share with you from a Wavy Tunnel Pro member with us for the last 8 years. PS, this was the PS. He had a question before that. The scanner is really awesome. I have been adding the semaphores and bungees to my trading with really good results so far. I was always a price action trader, did not like too many indicators, but these really do help. This is light years away from any other scanner and system I have ever seen. Thanks, Randy. And he's he really likes it, as do all of our students. So that's what I'm going to share to you today. So whether you trade stocks, options, futures, forex, cryptocurrencies, that's what these tools are for. But I'm going to provide some education first, and we're going to take it one step at a time to get to the tools. I'll speak about the funding program at the end. So this is my book, The Trader's Pendulum. So to kick this off, I just want to talk about the Trader's Pendulum, the market pendulum, the financial pendulum, and emotional pendulum, because I use this to show you the dynamics of the market and where traders get overly excited and buy at the top of the market and then get really unexcited and bail when they should be buying. So the market pendulum is about the trends and the corrections. And we have had really, really wild swings over the last several months. And it's really good to play it close to the vest and to find opportunities and get in when those opportunities are there. And there are many opportunities. So the market pendulum is all about the trends and the corrections. And some of the as you just heard, some of the sectors have been trending really, really well, and others have been underperforming. The emotional pendulum is about the emotions that go with the market pendulum, with the swings. And we can't avoid the emotions. The best we can do is to really recognize that when we're in fear or when we're in greed, and that to me is a continuum. Fear, greed. And we as traders want to try to position ourselves somewhere in the middle. So the way we can do that is to practice and try to experience all the different market cycles so that we know how to act, we know what to do, and we don't get so emotional, because when we do get emotional, we react. The financial pendulum. No trader makes money all the time. There is no such thing as a holy grail or 100% wins. We are going to lose. What's important is that our losses are smaller than our gains. In order to maintain consistent profitability, that's what our job is, to work on the size of the wins and the size of the losses. This is the 8-wave market cycle. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jody Samuels, and I started trading in the 80s, working for a major US investment bank, JP Morgan, trading currencies. And I learned L8 wave analysis early on during that time. And this is the 8-wave market cycle, which is the trend and the correction. So what typically traders do is, when we are in a very strong trend, and trends are usually defined by channel lines. You can see the dotted channel lines. And when we start to trade up in a hyperbolic fashion, traders can get really greedy, optimistic, and exuberant, and load up at the top. And because you really never know what the top is, the top can keep going for a long time. That's fine, as long as you get out when it starts to come down, and many traders don't do that. And then when the market does correct in an ABC fashion, so this is the correction, down here is when many traders bail and fear sets in. And so today I want to show you how you can buy down here or sell up here. That's what we're going to work on today. And our scanner, the scanners that I'm going to show you have to do with buying at a deep discount, because that's what we want to do. We want to buy at a deep discount. We want a system to show us that. So this is part of our Wavy Tunnel Pro system. This is called our Breakout 4 trade. So we want to buy down here and we want to take profits or sell up here. Warren Buffett said, be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. That is a contrarian statement, and that's what we need to do. So we don't want to be greedy up here. We want to be fearful up here, and we want to be greedy down here. So today, I'm going to show you how to locate and trade with confidence end of trend trades using a simple tool. We're going to look at an end of trend trade setup, and we're going to look at it, and then we're going to show how our scanner finds the same trade setups. And then at the end, I'm going to show you how to join our Wavy Tunnel Pro and get funded. It's starting on Sunday, so now is a good time to sign up. It's starting on Sunday. It's a 5-day accelerated training program. And in the program, you will master all the setups, all based on trading psychology and the market map that I just showed you. And I will introduce our new Elite Scanner tools to find trades. So the program starts on Sunday. We'll talk about that at the end. This is important for you to know because emotions are the Achilles heel for traders, and you need a system that removes the emotions. You need to filter out wing it trades, and if you're planning to subscribe to services, you need a foundation first. And most traders don't have objective rules for a trade plan. So my suggestion is to write out your rules, follow the rules, and trade it like a system. Really important to be organized. What process do I follow to give me confidence as a trader to pull the trigger and manage my trades? Let's get to it. My commitment to you today is to show you my end of trend objective trade plan with rules, where to enter, where to exit, and then how to use this system trading as little as 1 hour a week. And that's if you're looking at the daily charts, you can certainly do that. So the first thing that I do in my system is I do analysis, and the analysis is by reading the market map, and the analysis might also be reading some commentaries on the markets once a week at the beginning of the week, just to see what the flavor of the week is. And then the top setups, this is the strategy, and I'm going to show you how to use the Wavy Tunnel tools for that. What's even more important is trade management, how you manage your trades and risk reward. And this is what we spoke about, managing the trade so that you can maximize your profits and minimize your losses. So let's just start out basic and then we'll get more complex. This is the best way that I know to confirm the end of the trend. The 1, 2, 3 reversal. And I learned this like 30 years ago. And I still use it because I don't want to pick a top. I don't want to sell up here. I want to get confirmation. So I want to sell maybe over here once the candles start to turn red, or when we break down through this level right here. And you don't have to do it on the chart, the time frame that you're looking at. If you're looking at the daily chart, you can go down to the 4 hour because you will get a better 1, 2, 3 reversal pattern, or you can stay with the time frame that you're trading. This is the 1, 2, 3 bottom, where again, you have a 0.1, which is the low on the visible chart. The market moves up. That's labeled 0.2. The market comes down. That's labeled 0.3. And if 0.3 makes a new low, this pattern is no longer valid. And that's what happens a lot of the time. A lot of the time, we make a top, we come down, maybe we come down, and then we make this 0.3, we make a new high. So the trend is still intact. So we want to make sure that the trend is truly turning around. So here's an example, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Don't confuse these numbers with Elliott waves. They're not. It's just one, the high on the visible chart, and then the swing move down, label it a 0.2. The next swing move up, label it the 0.3. And then we trade down. And this is the 1, 2, 3 bottom, where we have 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. So you get the picture. So a typical trend reversal strategy has rules, and these are the rules. You look for the visible high or low on the chart with the 1, 2, 3 reversal pattern. You want to look at the candlesticks as well and see a candlestick reversal pattern, and that would include long tails, engulfing candles. I like to use awesome oscillator divergence. I'm going to show you that. And I also like to add a trend line break. So our system has automatic trend lines and automatic trend line breaks on the radar screens, on the scanners. It's all part of our system. I'm going to show you that. Visible high or low on the chart with the 1, 2, 3 reversal pattern. That's right here. And we already said that you would sell below 0.2. The candlestick reversal pattern, we have a strong bullish candle, and then we have a very strong bearish candle. So that's a reversal pattern. Awesome oscillator is down below, one of the oscillators where price makes a new high and the awesome oscillator makes a lower high. It just means that the momentum is running out of steam, the price momentum. And if it's running out of steam, we could be due for a correction. We could be due for a reversal or a correction, I should say. And then finally, you want to draw your trend line. And if you have the automatic trend lines, that's even better. So when all of these things happen, you definitely don't want to be long, and you want to, so you can liquidate your long positions, or you can look to establish a short trade or a long trade in the case of a 1, 2, 3 bottom. And that's the 1, 2, 3 bottom. So visible low on the chart with 1, 2, 3 reversal, candlestick reversal pattern. We have this engulfing candle, engulfing several candles to the left. The awesome oscillator divergence. Price makes a new low, the awesome oscillator makes a higher low, and then we have the trend line break. So when you have all of this on the chart, you can see very visibly that the market is running out of steam and we could be due for a reversal. But that requires a lot of manual labor, right? Scanning charts manually. And we're going to change that. So the trade plan for a 1, 2, 3 bottom, you can enter at the candle close at the break of 0.2. You can leave your stop below 0.1 or 0.3. You can sell half of your position, 61.8% between entry and the previous high. You can raise your stop to break even once the first profit target is hit, and then sell the second half of the position at the previous high. So that is a trade plan. And it's important for you to write out your trade plan, especially if you're a swing trader, to know when you're going to exit your position and if you're making money. Now, if I was talking to somebody today and he said, well, how do you take your profits? And what I said to him is, if there is a previous high, you can use that as your profit taking level, the second level, if you split your position in two. But if the market continues to make new highs, as we've seen in many things, in some things, then you want to be just raising your stop. Just keep raising your stop at fractal lows, because you don't want to just pick a top. You want to go with the momentum and just keep following the market and raising your stop. That way, if the market does turn around and reverse, you're protected. So let's look at Tesla. We have the visible low on the chart with the 1, 2, 3 reversal pattern. We have a candlestick reversal pattern. We have awesome oscillator divergence, and we have a trend line break. So, and in terms of the trade plan, this is what you would do. We had a previous high. So the trade plan is you would enter on this candle close. You could also enter on the trend line break if you'd like. This is the 1, 2, 3 reversal candle close. And then one place to leave your profit target one is at the 61.8%, which is right here. So you're out of half of your position. And then you raise your stop to break even. And then your second profit target would be up here. Now, we didn't hit this level, we reversed, but that's why you can certainly trail your stop, and you wouldn't get full profits by leaving it up here, but you've protected half of your position and you've taken profits on half of your trade. And you might even have moved your stop up to these levels before it reversed. Here's another one, like energy, where we have the 1, 2, 3 reversal. These are daily charts. And then we have the breakout, we have the trend line break, and I don't have the awesome oscillator on here. Reversal candlestick pattern, we have the long tail. And then we would set the profit targets. Now, in this case, you did hit the second profit target, and this was what I was talking about. If you wanted to keep part of your position open, you could do that and just make sure you trail that third position or that second position. But this is a rule of thumb. This is a good way to capture profits at the previous high. Unless you're extremely bullish, then you would trail your position. And then finally, this is a third example I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show you how these trades were found through our scanner. I mean, I didn't look through hundreds of stocks and pick these trades. And by the way, I'm going to show you examples in Forex on the MT4 platform. So we have a beautiful radar screen on the MT4 platform. And you don't only trade Forex on the MT4 platform, you can trade any of the CFDs. And in the funding program, you can even trade stocks. And then I'm going to show you Motive Wave. So these are where we've developed and where we implement our trading strategies through our scanners on these 3 trading platforms. So this is another one where we have all of these conditions are met, and you take your entry there, and you leave your profit targets and your second profit target. And you're always moving your stop to break even, so you capture the profits and you don't lose on the position. So now, how can we find point 1 with the Wavy Tunnel Pro? So we just looked at the price action and some moving averages. Now I'm going to show you some of the indicators that we developed, the semaphores, where it actually shows us point 1. And then I'm going to show you the scanner where it shows us all of the stocks that meet the criteria that we're looking for. So we have a whole bunch of indicators here, like the dots and the arrow, the gray. This is the point 1. And this is the ready on our scanner. It's called the ready. This is the point 1. So we get notified when we get this gray arrow. For this particular setup, it has to be, this is an uptrend. This example is for uptrends. And we have, remember, I showed you the very deep correction. So up here we have the purple arrow, which is the market top. And then we have a very deep correction, and now it's time to buy. And we have a number of things that go into this that determine this point. And it's really uncanny because we wouldn't have gotten that point over here. We didn't get that point over here. We only got it over here. The signal is when we break above this moving average. So we are notified. We can scan for the 0.1, we can scan for the signal. But you also see the 1, 2, 3 reversal here. So the signal pretty well is in line with the 1, 2, 3 reversal pattern that we just talked about. The ready is on the WEC energy as well, and on the Regency centers as well. The ready, the 0.1, and then the signal. So what if we could scan for 0.1? How to identify the end of trend with our elite tool. And I already told you that we can do the scan on TradeStation for stocks and get ready for the watch list. I'm going to show you the watch list. And we can scan on MT4 for currencies, really for anything, for currencies and CFDs, so commodities and stock indices, and stocks if you're part of the funding program. If you're in the US, then you're not able to see stocks on the MT4 platform, of course. And then I'm going to show you Motive Wave. You can scan on Motive Wave for all asset classes. You just need the data. So let's just review again. This is the market map on the left where we have the uptrend and the 3-wave move down, and this is the deeply discounted price that the scanner looks for right here. So we have an uptrend and we have a nice ABC correction, and you can see that here. We have an uptrend and we have a nice ABC correction, and we call this our breakout 4 trade. This is our breakout 4 trade, and the idea is that once we hit this deeply discounted price, the market will continue to move up. Whether it moves up and makes a new high, we don't know that. We can't guarantee that. But if it doesn't make a new high, then it's going to do a 3-wave move up, and then we might be due for another move down. So that's just the way it is. That's the way Elliott wave analysis works. The best we can do is this is our target for our buy. And hopefully we will at least move up to the previous high. So this is the scanner where I found the other 3 trades, the Regency Centers, the Tesla, and the WEC Energy. Now I just picked 3. This is a daily scan. I'm going to show you the scan that I did Monday night. I wasn't able to print it off today. Sorry about that. But let me just show you how this works. So this is how I've set it up with the symbol, the interval, the description. So that's the name of the company. The sector. I have the industry here as well, but I took it off. So the sector, because what I also do is I look at the sectors and then I look at the ETFs I have to see how the sectors are performing. So I don't take every trade that comes up on the scanner. I want to take, have it take a trade in a sector that I think will outperform or will perform well. And sometimes companies show up that I really like and I follow anyway. And when it shows up, I'm all over it because I like those companies. So this is the way how you read it. You read the ready and the signal. The ready is when you saw the gray arrow. Now, the signal is when it went above the moving average. So this happened 27 candles ago because I showed you the chart that was it had already started to move. And let's just go back to it. So the ready is right over here with the gray dot, and the signal is with the green arrow above this moving average. So this is when it came out on the scanner with the gray dot, and this is when it came out if you sorted by the signal. Now I put the daily next to a 240-minute, a 4-hour, because you can always go down to a smaller time frame to see the price action, to see a 1, 2, 3 reversal. Because just because you get the signal on the scanner that it's time to buy, still, I'm not just going to buy. I want to look at the 4-hour and decide when to buy. So I want to look at the price action. So that means doing exactly what we discussed. And we have divergence here. We have the trend line. Well, you would have to draw the trend line. I don't have the automatic trend line drawn this way. And then you have your 1, 2, 3 reversal. So this is one example. The second example is Tesla, and we had the gray, and then we had the green arrow. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we can see this price action breaking down a bit, and it ends up being really at the same price, buying when we break through this green moving average. But I'm showing you this because I always like to move down to one smaller time frame when I'm taking the trade. And you have your awesome oscillator divergence as well. And then finally, we have the WEC, where we have the gray dot. So that's the signal, and then the ready, and then the signal. And then we have our 1, 2, 3 reversal here. Okay, and we have divergence. So this is this is what the scanner looks like. There is more to it. We have a whole other section to the right, which shows all of the different trend line breaks. And you can run the scanner. This is on TradeStation. You can run it on any time frame. This is the radar screen. So I have it on the daily charts. I like looking at the daily charts and finding these on the daily charts. When I printed it out on Monday night, all of these were bearish, the readies and the signals, and we didn't have any bullish coming up that produced the signals. No bullish signals. These are all 24 candles old, 13 candles old for bullish, for green. So that's okay. There are times when in a month we will have lots of bullish trades firing, and it's the right time to buy those. And then the market moves up. And now we just have more of the bearish trades that are coming up. So another thing about this scanner is this provides you the entry price and the stop loss and the different profit targets. So this produces 3 different profit targets. You can set your profit targets, and it is based on the previous high. That's how we've done it. And these are Fibonacci ratios, and you can change the ratios. You can decide where you want to set your profit targets. And then this is the P&L. This is not an updated P&L once the trade is taken, by the way. This is just a P&L based on the last price. What's important here is what's in the parentheses. When you have 0 in the parentheses, it means that no profit targets were hit yet. 2 means 2 profit targets were hit. One profit target was hit, and the 3s are all 3 profit targets were hit. So I'll show you the stats in a minute, but many of the profit targets were hit. These are all the numbers in parentheses. The P&L percentage is just based on the last price, so it's not meaningful. What's most meaningful is whether or not the profit targets are hit. So it's a form of back testing, so you can see, well, what happened, from the trades that were triggered earlier. And then we have another part of the radar screen, which gives us the trend line breaks and the levels of the trend line breaks. So, and it's numbered. Like if it just broke, it would be a 1 or a 2. So you can take a look at that. And what's really neat is when you get the trend line break lining up with this signal. So these are the results. I'm using 500 S&P symbols and looking at the daily chart and looking at calculating the number of profit targets hit on the 500 stocks. 54% had 3 profit targets hit, 15% had 2 profit targets hit, 9% had 1 profit target hit, and 22% didn't hit yet. So that's 78% wins and 22% losses. Then I ran it on the hourly chart and I got these results, which I was surprised about. The results are a little bit better, but I was very pleased with this. 56% had 3 profit targets hit, 19% had 2 hit, 9% had 1 to hit, and 17% had 0 hit. So that means that it's not that they took the full loss, or it just means that maybe some of this has to do with the trades just being triggered and they haven't done anything yet. So now let's move to the MT4 platform. That was TradeStation, and this is what the radar screen looks like on the MT4 platform. Now I do have currencies up right now, but like I said, you can put all the stock indices up. You can put stocks up if you're in the funding program. So the trade that I showed you on the stocks was the breakout 4 trade. So the breakout 4 is like the wave 5 trade. So we have the breakout 4 trade on this, and I sorted by breakout 4. And let me just show you what we have here. We have the symbol, we have the time frame, we have breakout 1. This one shows us the end of the trend. Okay, when we have it shows us a breakout 1 and the end of the trend. So the top of the market, the purple arrow, when we have a 1, that's the purple arrow. Okay, and then we have the breakout 4, and then we have the trend lines. These are all the different trend lines that we calculate. So when you see trend 444, that means that something is triggering and you should take a look at it. So getting back to this breakout 4, let's look at the Euro New Zealand, the H4, because that triggered 3 candles ago. And here's the Euro New Zealand. This is the daily chart, I guess. Let me just go back and see what the H4. Okay, this was on the H4. So here's the H4, and this is the trigger right up here. So we had a purple arrow down here, which signaled the end of the trend. And by the way, if we look down below, we also have a multi-time frame indicator. And when it turns gray like that, this is 3 time frames in a row. So this is the H4. This means that we had the purple arrow on the daily and we had it on the hourly at the same time, which is very, very significant when you, and you can see this on the scanner too, when you have all 3 time frames lining up with the purple arrow, there's a good chance it's going to turn. The market is, going to turn. But now we're up here and we have the gray arrow pointed down. So this is the trade. And by the way, you also see some trend lines here and a little yellow arrow pointed up. So this triggered, and then this was the profit target. So it shows when it hits its profit target as well. This is the hourly. I went down 1 time frame, and you can see the trend lines are also hitting. These are all automatic trend lines. Okay, and then I went down to the 15-minute just to show you. Yeah, well, by the time I printed this out, let's just go back up to the 4-hour. Yeah, 3 candles. That's a long time. So it's best to get it on the, the first 2 candles if you, to look at it every day or to look at it a couple times a day. Now, I want to show you. Yeah, so this is the gray arrow on the 4-hour is the same thing. It's showing up as a purple arrow on the 15-minute, and it will do that. I'm not going to get into the details, but it's also a purple arrow on the hourly. But look, it's a gray arrow on the 4-hour, which is our breakout 4 trade. The point is, I'm just showing you how it plays itself out on the different time frames. So these are the 3 time frames together, the 4-hour, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute. So the scanner alerted us to this market top. And it would have alerted us to this market top with the purple arrow also in the breakout 1 column, but I'm just looking at I'm just showing you this breakout 4. So now I printed this off today to see what happened since. This was on Monday that I did this trade, and today's Wednesday. So this is what happened since then. We retraced up a bit and then we came down more. And then if we look at the 15-minute, we came down, we retraced up, and we came down a lot more. We had this was a nice move, a significant move, 100 pip move. Okay, this was a nice 100 pip move. That's a big move in Forex. And that was all based on the scanner. Let's look at another one, the New Zealand dollar. Now let's look at this one from the perspective of, okay, 10 candles ago, it alerted us to this breakout 4. So we're probably not going to be able to take this trade today, but I just want to show you the price action. So this is 10 candles ago that it produced this gray arrow on the scanner, and these trend lines were also triggered. Trend line breaks were triggered. This is the 4-hour, that was the daily. So we came down quite a bit. We came down, about 100 pips on this as well. And this is the hourly. So this is where it triggered, and we came down 100 pips. So it's important to use the scanner regularly so that you don't miss trades. And we can scan for the purple or the gray arrows on on the scanner. But then you can always look for divergence, wait for the 1, 2, 3 confirmation, and the bonus is with the trend line break. So I think this is very, very exciting, very exciting. And these are the 3 different time frames, so you can see them lined up. Okay. This is the same MT4 platform with the stock indices. So this is the scanner on the stock indices, and you can set it up for cryptocurrencies, you can set it up for stocks, you can set it up for commodities, whatever you want. There are quite a few instruments on the MT4 platform. You can also select the time frames that you want to scan. If you're a day trader, you'd want to scan the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15-minute. A swing trader, maybe the hourly, the 4-hour, the daily. Position takers, the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly. You look at the scanner for the setups, and then you do the analysis. You define your trade plan and go. Now let's move to Motive Wave. So this is a little tech conference. So I'm showing you the tech that we've developed on the 3 trading platforms. This is Motive Wave. Motive Wave has a little bit of a different scanner. So we're not going to see the radar screen that we saw on MT4 or TradeStation, but we are able to scan for the breakout 4 trade. Now, the way Motive Wave does it, if they say a 1 is very good, a 0 is excellent, that just means that the signal just occurred. It doesn't mean that it's a great trade. It means that the signal is recent. So a 6 might be a great trade, even though it says fair. So I just want to get that point across. The very good, excellent, very good, good, fair has to do with number of candles when this trade was triggered. So I ran this also on 500 S&P stocks, and these are the bar side. I ran it on the daily, the 4-hour, and I think the hourly on the breakout 4 trade. So this is one example. Now, the one of the things that you have to keep in mind is on Motive Wave, you don't know if it's a bearish trade or a bullish trade. So you might not be interested in taking the short trades on the stocks. You just might not. So you just ignore them. So just look for the bullish trades. So this is a bearish trade. Okay. This is a bearish trade. And this is another bearish trade. So you get the gray arrow. This is what pops up. But you have to do your top-down approach. Do your work. Now, I wanted to show some that worked out also. So the QQQ on the 4-hour, it says 22 fair. I mean, all of the trades are going to come up. So 22 candles ago, it gave the signal, and it shows a little green arrow right before the triggered on this moving average, below the moving average, and this was a nice trade. And here's another one, TXN on the 4-hour. This came up on the scanner, and this was also a nice trade. Now, sometimes when you are long something, let's say you were long TXN, and you're looking at your Wavy Tunnel Pro setup, and then you see a gray arrow because you're long, so you're trading it, that can be a warning for you that maybe a temporary top is in play, and we're going to sell off a bit. We're going to have a correction. There's another trade on Motive Wave that is really, really neat that I want to tell you about. It's called the Royal Noble Noble, and that's when you see the purple arrow, the gray arrow, and the gray arrow. Now, I prefer not to take the Royal Noble Noble or the purple gray grays on the hourly charts. I'd prefer to take them on the daily charts. But again, this is showing 0 for excellent. And it doesn't mean that these trades are excellent. It just means that these trades were just triggered. So when you get 0 excellent on if you're scanning on the hourly chart, if you think the market is, because it's hourly, if you think that the day is going to be positive, that stocks are going to be moving up, that we've sold off a lot, and there's signs that it's going to turn around and move back up, then you want to look for the longs. If we've just moved up and you think, okay, you've done your last, you think we're going to come back down again, then you might want to look for the shorts. So you have to decide for yourselves, because you're not going to take all of these trades. Okay. So this is an example on the 4-hour BLL. I just wanted to show you how this trade shows up and explain it a little bit. Starts out that we have a purple arrow, and then we have a gray, and then we have an opposite gray. Now, this little triangular purple arrow is telling us that after we have the purple gray gray, there is a strong probability that we are going to move down and make a new low below this point. That's why this purple arrow is there. So when you see this, the red arrow is there. I didn't put this in. I just put the box around it, and the gray arrow, and you see this setup, purple, gray, gray. Your target is going to be this point or a little bit lower. That's what your target is going to be. And this is what's happened so far. Here's another one where you have the purple, the gray, the gray. Now, this one didn't quite make it past this to form a purple, but it did make another gray. So if you see another gray, you want to get out of your position, but you are looking for the purple. Okay. And it's not that we aren't going to get it. We might still have it, but this just means gray, 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 gray. It means that we have a really corrective mess here. But the beauty of this is that we've turned a mess into artwork. Like, we don't care if this is sideways price action, because this trade works with sideways price action and volatility. Purple, gray, gray. So here's another one, IBM. I remember this one. We have the purple, and then the gray, and then the gray, and we are looking for, we did get another gray. We are eventually looking for an upper purple. Okay. Now, this is one where we got the upper purple. That's the final target. But we had a few grays in between. And this scanner, here we had the purple. You can't see the purple. We had a gray. So this was the first buy. And then here you would have gotten out of it. And then you got a chance to buy again. And then we got the purple and you'd be out here. So this is 2 trades that I showed you on Motive Wave, scanning on whatever you want to scan for, whatever you're trading. And it's all based on the Wavy Tunnel Pro strategies, but I don't want you to forget how to get into the trade once the scanner shows you the trades. You still want to use your little 1, 2, 3 reversal. You want to use your candlesticks. You want to just make sure it's a high probability trade and you're not just taking it because the scanner is telling you to take it. So the Wavy Tunnel Pro training offers 6 different trade plans. Today I showed you one of them and I mentioned another one, the end of the trend. So I showed you the breakout 4, which is right over here, where we have a deeply discounted price. And this is where we want to get greedy and load up. And up here is where you want to be fearful and bail. And when you see the purple arrow up here, that's your first clue that the purple arrow is the biggest swing move. So we've been able to capture like the biggest swing move using Elliott wave theory. And then the gray arrow is the next smaller swing move. And the market swings. It trades in cycles. So when you see the purple arrow at the top, that's when you need to bail and be fearful. And when you see the gray arrow down here, that's where you can load up and be greedy. We have the indicator suite and scanners on MT4, on TradeStation, and on Motive Wave. And we have the indicator suite with all of the semaphores and the bungees, which you learn how to use in the training on TradingView and Wealth Charts, as well as the MT4 TradeStation and Motive Wave. And yes, so we have all of the bungees and on these platforms. So now I'm going to talk to you about how you can join the program because it starts on Sunday and it's a fabulous program. And I'm going to talk about getting funded as well. The Wavy Tunnel Pro Accelerated Training 2022 is like a master's training in understanding how the markets trade in cycles. Use our proprietary combination of cycle high and low indicators with momentum indicators to warn of market tops and bottoms. Learn how to track short-term and long-term trends with precision. Works on stocks, futures, ETFs, Forex, and cryptocurrencies. Works for day, swing, and position trading. Find precise entry points for options strategies. Embrace this suite of professional tools to trade like a pro. That's the other thing. For options positions, this breakout 4 trade works wonders if you're going to, you can buy a call or you can do a bull call spread, you can do a spread, and it's a great setup for that. WavyTunnelPro.com is where you can find it, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a discount today, so just bear with me. Join me, the Wavy Tunnel Pro 5-day accelerated trading and mentorship program. You can start now and join me for coaching April 24th. So as soon as you sign up, you get the course material and you can start. It's a 5-day accelerated trading and mentorship program. I'm going to be there with you for 5 days. I'm not going to teach all day long, but I'm going to have coaching sessions, 3 or 4 sessions every single day, where after you watch the material, the videos, then we meet and we dig deeper and we answer questions. And it's really a nice group, a small-ish group. I don't like to have a lot of people in the group so that we can have a lot of back and forth and really get our questions answered and show lots and lots of examples. Getting funded. So what is that all about? So with this opportunity, we're inviting you to be a trader and not just someone who trades. This is for you if you're ready to learn a system that will help you consistently profit and will help you create a healthy mindset for trading. The funding program makes you have a healthy mindset for trading. The reason is step one, to qualify, you have to generate 10% profit, and your daily loss limit is 2%. Your maximum drawdown is 5%. If you exceed these limits, your account is closed down, and that's it. Like, I'm offering you a funding program for $25,000 as part of this package, but once you exceed the limits, then your account, you have to start again. Once you qualify, then your live funding starts and you share in 75% of the profits. You must always keep a stop loss in, and you must flatten your positions for the weekend. You can trade Forex, crypto, all CFDs, including stocks, on this platform. Okay. And a $25,000 account size is offered. It is the Wavy Tunnel Pro 2022 is like a master's training in trading the market cycles. You will learn Elliott waves, Fibonacci, and harmonics wrapped up in the Wavy Tunnel Pro system. But it's more about learning how to read the moves, the price action, using the Wavy Tunnel approach, the Wavy Tunnel Pro system. With me, you're going to have 12 live coaching sessions. You will also be privy to student trade analysis sessions comprised of trade review and analysis. You will get trade plans with exact entry and exit rules for all of our trades. You will have lifetime access to all of the training material. You will have exclusive Discord channel access. And this is a professional set of tools and education to trade stocks and options, futures, Forex, and cryptos with consistency. It's really invaluable. Bonus, you will get 1 month access to the scanners, wave counts, trade alerts, and trading rooms 4 times a week with various renewal plans from $59 a month. And the bonus, a $25,000 funded account. So these are the packages that we have: Starter, Pro, and Platinum. And it's a function of the funding amounts. So you can get funded up to $500,000. But I'm giving you a discount, and the discount is until Sunday is $200 off. So it's $200 off. So the starter package is $997, the pro package is $1797, and the platinum package is $5797. And you will see these on wavytunnelpro.com, and you must put in the 200 off discount. Okay, 200 off discount coupon. So write that down, 200 off in caps, OFF in caps. The program starts on Sunday. It's a fabulous program. You will have unlimited access to all of the training videos. If you miss the live coaching, you'll come to the next one for free. It includes the indicator suite, so the semaphores and the bungees for 1 year with a bonus second year for free. And like I said, we start on Sunday. If you have any questions, please email me, Jody at fxtradersedge.com, or Emily at support@wavytunnelpro.com. And I look forward to working with you. So if you want to join us, join this program and be able to use these wonderful tools, wavytunnelpro.com is where you go. Thank you, David.